And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today we're talking about sleep and its importance in terms of semen retention and achieving your goals. Let's begin with the end in mind. Do you know what you want long term? You got to figure it out, man. Because it is crucial that you have a vision, that you have an overview over where you want to go. Now that we understand that, okay, keep that always in the back of your mind, that you need to know where you are going. Fortunately, we have SR. If you're not sure, if you don't have ambitions, if you don't have the motivation to do anything, it's very often because you are wasting your seed. If you're continuously wasting your seed, you are putting yourself in survival mode, meaning that you don't have a belief and a vision that anything is possible. You're not in growth mode. Your ambitions and your motivation comes from your sex drive. Okay, so if you don't have a sex drive, that's a problem. Most of us do have a sex drive though, but we waste it. We waste it away with ejaculations. Once we begin to practice SR, life completely changes. You begin to have a different aura about yourself. You begin to think differently about success. You begin to believe differently about who you are. Your limiting beliefs begin to dissipate and eventually disappear. Because you know that you can achieve anything. Because you've learned how to control yourself. The biggest aspect of being a man is controlling one's sexual urges. And semen retention is allowing you to do that. However, there's a lot of us that are struggling to succeed with semen retention. And today I want to help you guys understand how sleep has a crucial aspect to it. Having said that, I want you guys to also realize that the 80-hour work week, why do I talk about that all the time? It's because that is the key to actually mastering semen retention once and for all. If you're not practicing 80-hour work weeks, you're going to struggle with semen retention, right? The idle mind is the devil's workshop, simply put. And you want to make sure that you are busy all of the time serving other people. If you're not, you're going to relapse again and again and again and again, okay? Once you do the 80-hour work week, you'll begin to realize how crucial and how important sleep is. And how crucial it is to prioritize it above any other activity that is in your life other than the 80 hours. There's 3 aspects to your weekly schedule. 7 days times 24 is 168 hours per week. That's capped. That's the hours. No one has more or less than that. Okay? Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, all of those guys have the exact same amount of hours as you do. They just use them differently. But I can tell you one thing right now, they appreciate their sleep. Okay? Do not believe any rich guy that says that he sleeps 4 hours a day. Okay? Because if he does do that, if he does say that, he's probably saying that so that he has an edge over his competition. Because other people are going to be, oh, well, then I'm going to do that too. And then they begin to decline and decline and decline. Well, he might have been lying the entire time. And then he's basically succeeding because he takes care of his sleep. Okay? So, having said that, the 168 hours a week, we slot in the most important aspect, which in many ways is the 80 hours. But today, I'm actually going to put it the other way around. Okay? It's the 8 times 7, the 56 hours of sleep that is most important in today's video. Okay? So you've got 56 hours. You've got 80 hours for work serving other people, and then you've got 32 hours the rest of the week for free time. Now, this free time is basically preparation time for the 80 hours and for you to get your body, your mind, and everything ready and good to go so that you can succeed with your 80-hour work week. Does that make sense? Like, so you're basically becoming obsessed with success, obsessed with your long-term goals, and obsessed in having optimal performance. We're trying to create elite performance in you. Just like an athlete, just like anyone else who desires to achieve any specific goal, we want elite performance at all times. Okay, who are some elite performers? Let's see, I'm going to Google a little bit here so that you can see what I'm talking about in terms of elite performers. Okay, LeBron James, sleep. Have you read this? James is known for his somewhat extreme sleep. Just so that you guys understand how important this is. Sleep schedule. During the season, he reportedly sleeps as much as 12 hours per day. This is no accident. Most world-class athletes prioritize sleep, and NBA players usually nap on game days to help their bodies peak later in the evening when their games typically start. Interesting. Oh, isn't there a... Let's see, what is his name? Federer. The tennis player, right? Roger Federer. Okay, there you go. Federer in French. Okay. Sleep. He has another as well. Okay. They famously snooze for an average of 12 hours a night, while Usain Bolt, Venus Williams, Maria Sharapova, and Steve Nash get up to 10 hours a night. Federer says, if I don't sleep 11 to 12 hours per day, it's not right. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about here? Sleep is crucial. And I'm trying to help you guys understand like the importance of it, first of all, and then what it has to do with semen retention, okay? So let's read from this one, sleep for memory. Both acquisition and recall are functions that take place when you are awake, okay? Acquisition and recall of memory. However, researchers believe sleep is required for consolidation of a memory, no matter the memory type. Without adequate sleep, your brain has a harder time absorbing and recalling new information. Sleep does more than help sharpen the mind. Wow, okay? It's insane. What are we trying to do with success? If you've heard me say this before, success comes from good judgment. Good judgment comes from experience, right? Experience comes from bad judgment. Okay? And that's basically success wrapped up in 4 different sequences. Success from good judgment from experience from bad judgment. Now, let's say we take memory out of the equation. What happens if you don't remember what happened last time? You're going to repeat the same mistake. So if you have bad judgment and you have not educated yourself on progressing and then learning, what is learning? It's remembering, right? Learning, education, remembering from your past mistakes or other people's mistakes. If you don't do that, you're going to repeat the same mistakes. And if you're repeating the same mistakes, you're not learning from them, you're not gaining experience. And if you're not gaining experience, you're not getting good judgment. You're not getting good judgment, you'll never, ever get success. Does that make sense? Let's go to thesleepfoundation.org. What do they say? Getting enough hours of high-quality sleep fosters attention and concentration, which are a prerequisite for most learning. Remember, we're trying to learn and to speed up the process of learning. Sleep also supports numerous other aspects of thinking, including memory, problem-solving, creativity, emotional processing, and judgment. Now, remember the book from Napoleon Hill. Is it called Work Hard and Grow Rich? Is it called Practice Semen Retention and Grow Rich? No, it's called Think and Grow Rich, right? So there's something to this. Remember, it's all in the mind. And if the universe has created a system that says, hey, you, 1/3 of the time that you're on planet Earth, I want you to sleep. It's crucial that you get that sleep. If you do that, you're going to be ready for each day. Okay, this is a renewal of your day. Okay, in order for you to take all of the information in that happened, process it during the night, and there's an automatic system for that. Just like SR, there's an automatic system that produces millions of sperm cells on a daily basis in order for you to be fueled with motivation and ambition at every single minute of the day, right? In the same way, there's a system that basically 1/3 of the day works on automatic for you to become renewed on a daily basis and for your brain to work optimally as an elite performer. You see this? And there's a reason why. And we'll figure it out now. I want you guys to understand a little bit more about what I'm talking about. Without sleep, the brain struggles to function properly. Because they don't have time to recuperate, neurons become overworked and less capable of optimal performance in numerous types of thinking. Okay, let's see. Short-term implication of poor sleep on the brain and cognition can be the result of simply pulling an all-nighter, blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. What are the short-term impacts of poor sleep? Let's see. Most people are familiar with the daytime effects that result from a night of poor sleep, such as drowsiness and fatigue. In response, a person may inadvertently nod off for a few seconds, which is known as microsleep. Okay, great, great. A lack of sleep has also been found to induce effects that are similar to being drunk, which slows down thinking and reaction time. It is actually a proven fact that athletes that sleep better at night have less injuries than others that don't. Interesting how that works. And being drunk, is that a good thing? Is that something that actually allows you to have control over your brain, your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors? No. It basically throws out those things, and basically now you're masculine for a quick second, and then you go back to your massive femininity again the moment you sober up. And it messes with your brain cells, and you basically are declining your health as a natural result. Same thing with lack of sleep. Don't do it. When I say 80-hour work week, do not work nighttime. Okay? There are thousands of jobs in every single city, no matter where in the world you are, that you can find so that you can work during the daytime. Okay? You can start from 5 o'clock in the morning until freaking 10 o'clock at night. Okay? Or 9 o'clock would be wiser. And that's it. Like, don't take on any other jobs that cross those boundaries. The hours before midnight, in many ways, gives you double dosage of positivity. Or in other words, they work better those hours before midnight. If you manage to sleep before that time, they work better than all the rest of the hours past midnight. I say that's basically adding an extra hour to your sleep per hour before midnight. So if you sleep at 10 o'clock and you wake up at 6, it's almost as if you got 10 hours of amazing hours of sleep. If you sleep 8 hours, but you got 10 because you slept 2 hours before midnight. Okay, that's kind of how I think about it. And if you're single and you live in your own place and you have the opportunity, you don't have a wife, you don't have kids, you don't have anything, man, use it. Right? In the future, you're going to have kids. Maybe you're going to be sleep deprived. Maybe there's going to be issues that's going to cause you to not have the opportunity to sleep as much. Make use of this opportunity of having fantastic sleep and putting that system into place. Let's see. Intellectual. Just struggling to stay alert can in and itself cause sweeping problems for thinking. But research also indicates that there are selective impacts of poor sleep on mental function. Let's see. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys from this one. Okay, here. And another way that poor sleep impairs thinking is by altering how emotional information is understood. When learning something new, analyzing a problem, or making a decision, making a decision. Remember this one. Recognizing the emotional context is often important. However, insufficient sleep, which frequently affects mood, impedes the ability to properly process this emotional component of information. People who don't get sufficient sleep are more likely to make risky choices and to focus on a potential reward rather than downsides. When you are trying to succeed on 30 days of SR, you need as much good judgment as flippin' possible. You need all of the cognitive function and elite performance of your brain as possible. Because if you struggle to make good decisions during the day because you had a lack of sleep, that's going to affect your mood, affect your attitude. It's going to put you in a feminine survival mode state, which causes you to basically not be able to make the correct decisions. Okay? So what's crucial is being able to fall asleep at the right time for then to wake up 8 hours later. How do you do this? How do you prepare for this? We now know how important sleep is in order for you to become successful, not only to become successful long term, but for you to manage to complete the first 30 days of SR. And then eventually the 90 days of SR. Because if you got proper sleep, that will help your cognitive function, it will help you think properly, and it will help you make good decisions. I see it again and again and again with my clients, and I know most of you guys are struggling with this. You guys are going to bed at 11, at midnight, at 1 o'clock, at 2 o'clock, and then you're waking up at 10, 11, 12. This is ridiculous, right? Obviously, this is how it is right now, but after this video, maybe things will change, and I hope that they will. Because if you manage to prioritize this is one of the 3 crucial aspects of time management. 8 hours of sleep, okay? 11 to 12 hours a day of working for other people, okay? Whether that's working for a job or having your own business, but I say 60 to 65 hours should be working for someone else, unless you have a business that produces at least $10,000 a month in revenues, okay? And then you've got your free time hours, the 32 hours that need to be perfected. This is the time for you to shine. So, having said that, sleep, guys, sleep. It's going to change your life over time. Right now in the beginning, you're not going to notice much. And it takes time to get into the correct habits. But I've noticed again and again that those that actually get their proper sleep, they have great attitudes, but they also manage to last when it comes to SR. That's simple. That's what I want to share with you guys today. Hope that you have an amazing, fantastic day forward. Let's see. Can you say something about lower back pain cure using NoFap? I just want this hurt gone. Thanks. I'm on day 74. I only been getting around 4 to 6 hours, working 16 hours daily for 5 days. Amazing, Mr. Chill. But that's the next step for you. And that's, in many ways, that's what I want you guys to understand and to realize. When you do the 80-hour schedule, your sleep is going to suffer in the beginning, which is not your fault. And this is not, like you can't help it because, well, they said that I needed the shift and Joseph told me to do 80 hours. And so I'm trying my best to do 80 hours because I want to succeed with SR and I want to have ambitions and motivations and achieve all my dreams and blah, blah, blah. Amazing, right? But the next step, the moment you manage to get the 80 hours or close to the 80 hours, is to look at, oh my gosh, I'm depressed and I'm struggling at work and I'm so negative and I hate this job and I hate this, that, and the other. What you're doing with your 32 hours of free time? Are you getting enough food? Are you doing meal prep? Are you making sure that you exercise, right? And then those 56 hours of sleep. Are you making sure that you have those? Because if you don't, you're going to struggle. And if you struggle, you're not going to be consistent. Consistency is key for the rest of your life. There's nothing that's going to help you be more consistent than SR, sleep, and the 80 hours and keeping at it for month after month after month after month after month. I hope you guys got tons of awesome tips from this video. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking, and I'll see you guys in the next one.